Ubuntu, 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 Ubuntu to you, my beautiful family. I could not wait for Monday to come again because I missed you and I know you also did. And if you are new to this channel, welcome to Reflo'S TV with me, Reflo'S Womanist. I am not an expert. I am just here to share my personal experiences and views and thoughts on issues that affect us women. And remember, this video is brought to you by Reflo'S sanitary pads. Your well-being is our #1 priority because you deserve the best. And the news is that these sanitary pads are readily available in our various marketplaces here in Ghana. So tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a sister to grab yours today. Today, we will be discussing a very sensitive topic. And wait a minute, I have already said I'm not an expert, so I'm just going to share my thoughts and then my suggestions on this topic. Have you ever heard about prostitution? Have you encountered someone who probably somebody has called or is still calling a prostitute? What comes to mind? Now, prostitution is a practice or a business where someone offers another person sex in exchange for monetary value or in exchange for money. And those who do that are called prostitutes. In Ghana here, mostly like when we use the local language, you hear the word ashawo in quotes, okay? It doesn't really sound so pleasant, but that's how they do say it. Prostitution in most sub-Saharan African countries, such as Ghana, Gabon, Cameroon, Republic of Congo, South Africa, Rwanda, Uganda, and a lot more, it's an illegal business or an illegal practice. Despite the fact that it is widespread, it is punishable by law, especially here in Ghana. Now, with it being punishable, you may be asking, why should people even go into this practice at all? Now, prostitution happens among men and women, but mostly women. And in this current state, even child prostitution. And in sub-Saharan Africa, it is believed that there are two major reasons that causes this. One is poverty, and the second one is unemployment, especially among the youth. This unemployment issue, if you come to Ghana, let's reserve that for another day because I wouldn't even want to talk about it today. It's so much. So there are other reasons also that lead people into prostitution. One is being in high debt. There are people or ladies who are locked up in debt, due to certain situations I cannot really tell. And they are being threatened that if they do not pay, they would be imprisoned or jailed. So their freedom and liberty is at stake. At those moments, because they don't have the money and there is no other alternative, looking through it all, they just decide to jump into prostitution, which gives you a quick, money, gives you a quick answer to getting a financial freedom. So that has caused certain women to go into prostitution. There is also this issue of family neglect. There are ladies or children, females, girls who are in families that do not really care about them. Their welfare, their basic needs, their emotional needs, whatever be it, There's no care. So they feel like nobody really cares about me. And they have to leave. They have to, they have to leave. They have to sustain their life. Shelter is not an easy thing. You need to pay for it. Food and clothing, all these comes at a cost and they are very expensive. And because family is not supporting them, the only way that they can find solution is to engage in prostitution. There are other people who are just being lured by peer pressure or friends because they are in a society, they are in a group, and probably she will find herself that her friends are practicing this and they always come back with goodies and money and all of that. She gets influenced either by advice or by the things they bring back, the returns of the prostitution, and then boom, she follows suit. There are other people on this very number that is very serious. People who have been raped or had an encounter with forced sex, sexual assault. Those people, because of the pain that they went through, sometimes do not find pleasure in being with one man or just even having a decent relationship. The trauma, the abuse, the pain, whatever it is, makes them, feel like I'm just going out there and sleep with any man in anything, and that will bring me fulfillment because they feel worthless out of that pain. And those people go into prostitution of no fault of theirs, but the pain that they harbor. We have those that find themselves in early marriages as a result of early marriages. They were given to men, or either married off early, or they decided to marry early. I don't know, but especially here in Ghana, mostly in the northern parts, there were times where little girls were married off to men, so that they could take care of them and their needs. Now, these children or these girls grow up to become women, and then they realize themselves and they don't want to be in that relationship again because sometimes they are abused and all of that. And at the end of the day, they want to experience variety of men and variety of sexual pleasures, end up just escaping, and the only way they find safety is prostitution. And people that are married and then their husbands have also turned into drug addicts, and for that matter they are unable to satisfy them sexually, which is their marital rights. So at the end of the day, these women go out there and engage in prostitution. But I also want to remind you that prostitution is not done by those who stand by the roadside at night that sometimes you see, where here in Circle, there are places like Circle, Dansoman, and all of that. No, there are various kinds and strategies of doing it now. We have professionals and all of that. So these people going through all of this just find, solace in prostitution. And lastly are the people who find it that it's a voluntary act. They find pleasure in sleeping, around with different men. That is what makes them happy. So you cannot decide for them and you cannot tell them what to do. So you find them doing prostitution and they don't have anything, negative to say about it. So in as much as you gain monetarily, I would like to bring to your notice that everything that has pros obviously has cons. So there are some negative effects to this business or this practice that is really illegal. One is a high rate of getting STIs, that's sexually transmitted diseases. And some of these STIs include most deadly is the HIV/AIDS. When you get this disease, your whole life becomes shattered if you don't get early treatment. You are stigmatized. And if you do not take care and you have a child, your child can lose you because you can lose your life, and that child ends up with someone else who may end up maltreating them. And if you are from an abusive home, like I came from, you know what it means when something like certain stepmothers or stepfathers come into your child's life. You don't want to talk about that. You and I really know the experience. It's painful. You don't want that. So you have to think twice with this decision. And another thing is that you can even acquire certain female reproductive health, diseases, such as cervical cancer. And this is killing quite a lot of women in Africa. You can get ovarian cysts, this beautiful womb that God gave you to be a mother of a nation, is being damaged, all because a path has been chosen for financial liberation. And apart from all this, it even leads to illegal abortion quite a lot in our communities. That should tell you that there may be another side called legal abortion. Yes, the illegal abortion where you infused, things within you to terminate those unwanted pregnancies that you bring in. And apart from the health side, there are some psychological effects of this prostitution, which one is stigma, which brings emotional trauma. You as a prostitute is socially stigmatized. And when you bring forth a child, that child is stigmatized. Oh, see that our shower girl's child. An innocent child who didn't ask for this begins to suffer because of a decision you have taken. And I know you don't want to do that. It leads to unwanted pregnancies. You don't want that. And those unwanted pregnancies sometimes produce unwanted children or unwanted babies, which leads to high rates of street children in our community. How can a community or a nation develop when there is high rate of streetism? You don't want this. As family, Ubuntu family, our main concern is to be empowered as women. Our main concern is to seek societal development. So we have to take decisions that will be positive and beneficial to us and to other people. So my suggested, ideas as to how we can go about this is that, one, if you find yourself in this situation, find or create a decent earning or a job. You either find a job. Yes, I know job seeking is not easy. Let me tell you, it's not. But if you are determined, you will surely get one. If you cannot find one, just create one. You have the ability to multitask. You have the ability to be entrepreneur. You can do something. Use that talent you have. Create one. Seek help for emotional crisis. Out of all these things, if you had trauma, if you had abuse, and that is making you go into prostitution, I will encourage that you seek help from medical psychologists. They are called clinical psychologists. Seek help from trusted friends. Seek help from trusted, mentors. Don't do it all on your own. That decision may not be right. And also find joy in living a purposeful life. Let your life have a purpose. It shouldn't just be general. And so anything that comes in, you're going for it. And when you encounter a problem, all you just have to do and think about is temporal solutions such as prostitution, which is a danger to your life, your family, and the community. Aim at being a good role model to your children, to your sisters, to your community members, and to the nation as a whole. Your life is being inspired by somebody. Someone is gaining inspiration from your life. Somebody is watching you. Somebody is learning from you. What are they learning? That should be a conscious thought every day with every decision you take. And lastly, I would say that be a woman whose value is priceless. Don't let society or a man or a situation cost your value. Be priceless. It cannot be quantified. 10,000? No. 1 million? No. How much will you gain in prostitution? That should not equate your value. I guess we've had a great time, and on that note, I will call it a goodbye. But before I go, if you really enjoyed this discussion or you can relate to it, please click the like button, and if you've not subscribed to be part of the Ubuntu family, then please subscribe to it. And I want to know your comments also, and let's share and grow ourselves across board. Remember, this video was brought to you by Reflo'S sanitary pads. Your well-being is our #1 priority because you deserve the best. And just as I shared with you, these sanitary pads are all over our marketplaces, from Kaneshi to Agbogloshi to Makola, wherever it is, and you will find it there. Go grab yours, tell a sister to tell a sister. Before I leave, I will always be your hashtag Reflo'S Womanist and Ubuntu. Ubuntu, I am because we are.